Hello everyone and welcome to What's Happening in Brazil. Let's check some of the latest news from the country.
Amid an unprecedented economic crisis in the country and with the fuel price surging for the second time in October, President Jair Bolsonaro said he has been thinking about privatizing Petrobras. The company is one of the biggest in the world in the oil exploitation segment, but has been suffering because of reckless federal administration since 2016, the year of the coup against the then-President Dilma Rousseff. For instance, the decision to attach the oil price to the exchange rate, in other words, to the dollar, has transferred the Brazilian currency depreciation costs to consumers. A huge part of the company is already in the hands of the financial market. The federal government has only 50.2% of the company's shares, which still guarantees the government as the majority shareholder. According to experts, Petrobras is a strategic company to Brazil, and the selling of its assets may cause from shortage to environmental crimes. A huge part of the company is already in the hands of the financial market. The federal government has only 50.2% of the company's shares, which still guarantees the government as the majority shareholder. According to experts, Petrobras is a strategic company to Brazil, and the selling of its assets may cause from shortage to environmental crimes. Feeling politically cornered, the president decided to promote pork barrel politics by distributing income 1 year ahead of the presidential elections in October 2022. Last week, Bolsonaro announced the aid of R$400 to truck drivers who are directly affected by the consecutive surges in fuel prices. Diesel, the most common among truck drivers, accumulated a high of 65% in the year. In response to Bolsonaro, Wallace Landim, president of the Brazilian Association of Motor Vehicle Drivers, said that the R$400 aid is a joke. According to Landim, truck drivers spend an average of R$12,000 a month with fuel and cargo transport in Brazil.
Jair Bolsonaro vetoed a bill that proposed the free distribution of pads to women living under extreme poverty conditions. The official statement is that the bill didn't determine the source of the money to finance it. However, 11 Brazilian states ignored the presidential veto and have been organizing to provide minimum health conditions to these women.
Bolsonaro's veto to the Menstrual Health Protection and Promotion Program harms millions of girls and women in Brazil. The bill was proposed in 2019 by Federal Deputy Marília Reis from the Workers' Party. Data from Unicef shows that 4 million children have no access to essential menstrual products in their educational institutions, which directly influences their school performance. These girls stop attending school during their menstrual cycle because they don't have minimal conditions.
I think we need to have this dialogue with society about the dignity we deserve, that women deserve. We also need to talk about the role of the state. The state isn't doing a favor. We pay taxes, and the public policies must attend to the people and civil society. But we need to give women and girls access to information because we fight for our rights only when we have information.
According to the research Livre para Menstruar by the Girl Up movement, one can spend 3,000 to 8,000 reais buying pads throughout life. That's why many women who can't afford pads end up improvising with the socks, newspaper sheets, and other materials.
To build this policy, which should be not only for health but also for education, involving different sectors to support these girls, these women, these menstruation people. To build it is giving them minimal and dignified right to hygiene, which is urgent for sexual, genital, and general health to be a reality in these people's lives.
Concerned to promote complete healthcare and social justice, the Federal District and 11 states, among them Pernambuco, Ceará, and Maranhão, already have legislation to guarantee the free distribution of pads. The pressure now is to revert the presidential veto in a congressional ballot.
It's important that we be on the streets making demands. It's very important because it shows the population's strength. But it's also important to follow very closely the members of Congress in order to get, not control, but to follow what they are doing.
In Brazil, archaeological sites are not so common, But in Alagoas state, in the northeastern region of the country, a discovery changed the daily lives of the residents of the city Olhos d'Água do Cansado. Rupestre art from thousands of years ago became crochet works and guaranteed the flux of tourists to the region, involving the whole community.
In the semi-arid region of Alagoas state, the city of Olhos d'Água do Cansado has exuberant landscapes. There, the São Francisco River runs between canyons, but the place stands out not only because of nature. Humans also left their print there. Now, these millenary paintings are a promise of a future to the settlement Nova Esperança and to the families that have been living there since 1998.
When I was a kid, I used to play in the caves with my friends. We saw the paintings there on the rocks, but we didn't know the kind of richness we had surrounding the settlement.
In 2019, Brazil's National Institute of Historical and Artistic Heritage developed a project together with the settlers, focusing on preserving that heritage.
We also did prospecting work. We located new archaeological sites. Initially, we had 14 archaeological sites. Currently, we have 43. Very frequently, we find geometrical pictures representing images that archaeology can't identify. Usually, they are concentric circles, some geometrical shapes found in other archaeological sites in the São Francisco River region.
Researchers still know very little about the people who made these drawings and what they mean by them. That's why preservation is so important.
It's a daily work. I'm passing by and then I see someone embroidering or crocheting, for example. How do you crochet? Yes, I do. So we have a project in the community. Anyway, we involve people little by little to bring them to the group, to a team that works together.
A small agroecological restaurant here in the settlement, lettuce, pumpkin, beans, chicken, meat, everything from the settlement. And we are thinking of, in the future, having a place for people to rest.
Let's learn a simple and delicious recipe with Brazil's most consumed fruits, banana.
Today's recipe is actually an amazing non-recipe. It's so amazing that you will be dumbfounded. Do you know one of the only fruits that become ice cream without needing another ingredient or freezer? Bananas. They make delicious ice cream without adding any other ingredients. Take a look at how to make it. This recipe is perfect with those very ripe bananas that you forgot in the fruit bowl, fruits you realize you are not going to consume. You cut the bananas in slices, freeze them, and then that's all. You have ice cream at hand whenever you want it. Make like the following. Slice the bananas and put the slices separately inside a freezing bag, like a banana carpet. Then you freeze them. The secret of this recipe is that when you freeze the banana slices, you must distribute them so they don't pile up, otherwise it will be hard to blend up. So place them separately in a freezing bag. Take the frozen bananas, put them in a blender and wait for 3 minutes because they will be too frozen to blend up. If necessary, turn off the blender and place the banana slice with a spoon. They will emulsify and become ice cream with no need of adding any other ingredient. Yes, it works like magic. If you want chocolate ice cream, add chocolate powder to the banana slices and then blend them up. Seriously, this recipe is the best one in the world, isn't it?
Did you like the show? So hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive notifications. We'll see you next week.